What if I told you that the Thor you see in Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, and even the beginning of Avengers Endgame is in fact not Thor at all, but a lightning spirit that took control of his body, and the reason it left him was because of Fortnite. So as everyone knows, I watched Thor Ragnarok and hated it more than literally anything. And then I watched Avengers Infinity War and still hated this new version of Thor, or as I like to call him, Larry. I was so mad that I made a 5-part video series bashing everything about him. A few years later, I then watched Avengers Endgame, and aside from the first 5 minutes, loved this new version of Thor, and even made a video about it that I am shamelessly plugging right now. But the thing is, the Thor in the first Thor film, the first Avengers film, the second Thor film, the second Avengers film, and the fourth Avengers film might as well have been a completely different character from the version of the character we see in Ragnarok and Infinity War. And then it hit me. So let's start from the beginning, Avengers Age of Ultron. Thor has this random side plot where he walks into a pool and sees a vision of what we know as Ragnarok and Infinity War.
I am mighty.
Is it him? Is that the first son of Odin?
Under your eyes.
Oh, they see everything. They see you leading us to hell. Wake up! We are all dead. Can you not see it? You're a destroyer, Odinson. See where your power leads.
He even gets hit with lightning, which seems to come from the pool. This never happens before or after this scene. The movie goes on and then Thor leaves, but then in Ragnarok, he all of a sudden is talking to a skeleton and making jokes that would make you think he has some sort of mental disorder.
Where I met you. How much longer do you think we'll be here?
I just found this out now, but there's actually more proof of this theory if you watch this deleted scene from Age of Ultron.
All of you. This is my special, thinking we all consume him.
How do we stop Ultron?
Sacrifice.
What kind?
Human, of course.
Which brings me back to my theory that Larry is a lightning spirit that has taken over Thor's body, making him hallucinate Odin, telling him this.
Are you Thor, the god of hammers?
Which would also explain why he has lightning powers all of a sudden, despite never showing any signs of it. Because he literally has a lightning spirit inside of him, controlling his mind and body, and possibly having effects on others, as no one seems to notice this complete change of personality and character when this happens. Which helps partially snap Thor out of it, hence why he sometimes acts like Thor and sometimes acts like Larry. Which also explains why his lightning seems to not be working so well and why he needs a hammer all of a sudden.
We're getting a new hammer, don't forget.
And then all this happens. So all this grief sends him into depression, and then comes the main reason the lightning spirit Larry leaves him. Beer and Fortnite. The fact that he played so much Fortnite probably took a toll on Larry, as having to watch it for 5 whole years is probably torture to anyone that isn't like 12. And on top of that, Thor/Larry was having to deal with the infamous
Noobmaster.
That's right. Noobmaster pushed Larry to his very limits and tormented him for over 5 years to the point where Larry had nothing left to do but leave it, which explains why Thor is back to his old self by the end of the film, and thus explaining why the character of Thor went through such a drastic change in between films, and also helped me for going crazy thinking that these two characters could possibly be the same. Frick! That's the end of my stupid fan theory. This is all actually just so I can make sense of this freaking character that I keep talking about. This will hopefully be my last video until freaking Thor Love and Thunder comes out.
There's nothing that can't be explained.
That man has no regard for lawn maintenance.